live chats. Not really sure anybody knows I'm doing these yet, so nobody's showing up, of course. But it is a gorgeous, beautiful day out here, and I thought, hey, why not fire up the live video while I finish up my beautiful cigar here. So definitely, it's out here chilling out. It's a little bit on the chilly side. It's a little warm in the sun, a little chilly in the shade, and I'm definitely in the shade here. So I've got my little jacket on, as you can see. Probably don't really need it, but it's nice to have it. I'd rather be a little bit on the warm side and a little bit on the chilly side. So just chilling out here, enjoying myself. A gorgeous weather. Been playing with the puppy. It was raining this morning, so it was definitely, we spent a lot more time inside, which is definitely not good for puppy energy. Puppy needs to be out here chasing stuff and doing dumb things, and it definitely is one of those situations that once the rain went away, we had some sun off and on, cloud coverage mostly, but overall it's been pretty nice. Luckily, the yard has not been muddy. It's been raining since like Saturday morning, and rained off and on all day Saturday, off and on all day Sunday, and then rained a little bit this morning. But the yard has stayed damp, but no standing water, which is always a good thing. So shows you how much how dry we really were here. So normally, I think it's been like 2 weeks since we really had any real rain to speak of. So nice to have it.
Now, at the inquest, the coroner made various safety recommendations, which have since been implemented, I believe, one of which is having life
With this rain means I got to mow my yard. So part of me is really not a big fan of mowing my yard, but I usually don't mind it too much. I'm going to show you guys out here. I have like, I don't know if it's part of my grass or if it's actually just the like weed cover we have going on. You see my dog there smelling stuff. Beautiful like purple flowers like in my yard. They're just absolutely stunning. Somebody told me they might be like the grass wanting to go to seed. So I think I might actually gotta do some research to find out, because they are going to seed. I want to let it grow until they actually seed out, so they kind of help refeed the yard itself. But overall, not really a big concern. Actually, I'm gonna show you the little puppy over here. He's actually being good for once. So looking, just chilling. They're looking all super cute and looking all like peaceful. So yeah, you can see the yard needs mowed. It is what it is. So I do have some orchids that are ready to flower. I got some orchids right up here. They're getting ready to flower. I got some way over there in that tree, the far end, that are about to flower as well. That tree actually right, I'm not sure where it's at, right over there. I've got probably 9 blooms on it, and I am super excited to see them bloom out. Hopefully they'll come out. They're usually a beautiful orange, speckled orange color, so we'll see what I get this time. So yeah, definitely gorgeous weather for the time of year. So big fan of this time of year. Normally it's hot as all get out and you're out here sweating with the fan on and stuff, but it is not the case yet. So I am enjoying this as much as I possibly can and going from there. So I had to have oral surgery Friday morning, and gave up cigars for a while as I'm letting that kind of, my mouth was hurt. My mouth still hurts, but I've got to, like a bone spur is growing on the upper side of my jaw, like right here, above my top molar. And I think when the dentist put the crown on, he pinched the, pierced the skin, I guess we're gonna call it, with one of these mirrors or one of these, spacers or something. And the skin just, there was so much bone growth that it was not healing back up. We thought we had it healed up. I got really bad infection from it, actually. Got that all solved out, and then healed up, and then it just never quite healed fully, and it popped back open again. And it was just, oh, it's just a pain in the butt. So went and had it done. The gentleman that did it, the doctor that did it, was awesome. He actually did it right then and there, my first visit. I don't think he planned on doing it right then, but usually I guess they'll actually anesthetize you and put you under and stuff while I do that. And I'd rather just get it over with and get it done, because I hate the idea of coming here. I get freaked out by dentists, because I went to some butchers that claimed to be dentists when I was a kid. No insurance, no money and stuff. Went to some really crappy dentists in the past. And this dude was super cool, numbed me up, grounded out of there. Not the best thing. I would like to have been unconscious not to hear the grinding sound, but overall it was really good. So got some stitches left up in there I got to get cleaned out and wait for them to basically just dissolve. He said they'll dissolve away, and hopefully it'll heal up nicely, and it'll go from there. So I've been eating soft foods, can't eat chips and that kind of stuff. Nothing pokey, nothing sharp, until I get that healed up. And even though the bit of food I've been eating, like soups and stuff, I've been eating on the right hand side of my mouth, trying to give the left hand side some time to heal up and finish, giving the best chance it can to get a full, I guess, heal on it. So
starting to feel really rather cramped now. There's another green
overall, though, I'm happy with how it went. I'm never really excited about going to see a dentist at all or an oral surgeon and stuff, but it was definitely one of those situations where couldn't have went better than what it did. Like I was super happy. I got in and out right away, which was great. Big fan of that. Anytime I can get it done and get it over with, I'd much rather that than having to schedule it. And even kind of helped me a little bit to the fact of I thought I was going in for an initial consultation to make an appointment to go back later. So it was less stressful than if I actually was going in knowing I was having the operation done. And I was super excited when he said he would do it. So definitely, anytime I can get it over without thinking about it, the better. Same as my LASIK surgery when I had it done. They were talking it was going to be months and months out, and then everything got shut down with the whole pandemic. And then because they opened back up after the pandemic and they were allowed to do operations again, I was able to get in there. On a Tuesday, I did my initial consultation, and they were talking like 6 months out to do the surgery. But because I was able to be there that Friday, they scheduled it, knocked my eye surgery back out, boom, right in and out right away. Made life a whole lot easier in the process. So super excited about that as well. Was thinking about running my route today and going checking my machines and checking everything and stuff, but with the rain this morning, didn't really feel like I wanted that. Plus, life is a dream. Yes, life is definitely a dream. So, with the rain this morning, I didn't want to mess with it. Plus, I kind of like when I have the puppy here. He's usually kind of more tired after he hangs out with me than he is the first day back. And actually, you can see him over there. He's looking all super cute. Look at that little guy. He's just such an adorable little dog. So, which is funny because my Great Dane here, well, if I can see, I should turn it back around. That's my Great Dane, and he is. Come here. Say hi to everybody. But he is definitely, he gets annoyed by this little puppy off and on. Yes, he does. Him gets jealous. That little puppy just wants all the attention. Yes, he does. And it's funny because when he first got here, he was definitely, he did not understand the concept of behaving, I guess, and he was all about it's all about me or nothing kind of concept, weren't you? Didn't understand when your puppy was getting tired of you. Yeah, that big dog was getting tired of you. Yeah, you're gonna chew on my arm. Huh? You're gonna chew on my arm a little bit. You're not supposed to do that. We're working on not doing that. Nope, no chew, no chew, no chew. No, we're not. No chew. But yeah, he's learning slowly, but he is learning. Lots of exercise, some discipline and whatnot. He is definitely all into the world of eating everything still. He's still in that puppy phase of eating everything his hands on, or his mouth on, I guess, technically. And it's absolutely hilarious how much stuff he chews up in the process. So glad he's here. Also teach me a lot about the fact that I think my old Dane is a great teacher, but he's glad to see the puppy go home at night. Every evening he goes back home. He is super excited to see that puppy go home. And it's made me realize that I don't think I'm going to get another puppy until my dog passes. So definitely, yeah, it is what it is there. So it's a good little learning curve. If I find the right dog, if I found a dog that needed a home, an older dog, already a year old or something like that stuff, or even, older than that, that was a good fit that I bonded with quickly, I would have no problem adding another dog to my pack, I guess. But finding a dog that gets along with all the dogs I babysit and stuff is going to be a harder challenge to take care of and find that process, because I deal with lots of different dogs, from aggressive to hyper to lazy and everything else I babysit through. So I got to be really careful of what dog I get that would be a good fit for all the other dogs that rotate through my house. And considering the fact that's 90% of my income right now is the dogs, then I have to basically be super conscious of that as well. So definitely be interesting. One of the nice things about it, if something does happen and my Dane finally does pass away, I won't be without dogs completely, because I'll still be babysitting other people's dogs and stuff and whatnot. So I kind of fill that void until I find the right dog in the process. So that would be kind of a nice little thing. I also got a call from an older lady I know. I got to know she lives over by the trail I walk on quite a bit and run on and stuff. I stop and talk to her off and on. She's actually been over here for dinner and stuff even. She's like 83 or some crap now, 80, I don't know, 80 something. And she talks off and on. I see her, I'll see her out there off and on, and we'll talk and chat. And she's like, "Oh, I haven't seen you for so long." So the other day, and I'm like, "Yes, you have my number. If you need help, you call me, and I can happily come over and help you, and drive you to the doctor or some kind of stuff if you need that kind of thing." And she's back and forth, and she never calls me. So she finally called me today, ironically of all things, and she goes, "I wanted to prove that way I'm not ever. You can't say I never call you." So we kind of had a good laugh about that. And she was calling me to inform me that I'm the first person in Florida, I guess, that knows that her kids are down, and she's going to sell her property and she's going to move back to New York. She's been here in Florida for 30 years, and there's really nobody else around here. Like, her son's here, but he's busy all the time and doesn't have time to really come over and help her out that much and stuff. And then you add COVID into it, and there hasn't been a lot of people willing to want to stop over and see her as much because run the risk of getting her sick and bringing germs into her and that kind of thing. And I've been kind of staying away a little more than normal because of that fact as well. Because what if I carried the germs over to her and gave it to her, and I would have felt horrible about that. So definitely not the biggest. Not the best year. Her husband has passed away recently, year and a half or so ago, something like that. 2 years ago, I mean, it's been a while now. It's been passed away for a while, so definitely without him there, she doesn't have the extra support group kind of thing and stuff. And he did a lot of the driving kind of thing, and that it's hard being lonely, and your kids are upstate kind of thing and whatnot. So she said her kids are looking for a place up in New York, that she's going to sell her property here, move up to New York, and be closer to her kids. So she said like Westgate or something. I don't know. She told me where it was, but so I'm not sure where exactly. I look it up, see kind of where it's at. But hopefully that'll go well for her. She's got so much stuff. She even admitted she has a house full of stuff that is just way too much stuff. She's got to have an auction or something, or yard sale or some junk, and try and get rid of some of the stuff that's just a lifetime worth of stuff she collected. And I'm assuming she's not. I think her house is like 2,800 square feet here, so not going to find a place of that size up in New York, at least not at a price that she's going to want to be able to pay. And even then, she doesn't want a big place, which is one of the reasons why she's moving into a smaller place, easier to maintain and whatnot. And I even encouraged her to find maybe possibly like a condo type setup that would have like a community center and a pool and things that let people, near, maybe not quite her age, because a lot of people aren't in the 80s, there's not that many people around, but people she could kind of hang out with, hang out down by the pool and stuff and talk to, and kind of people she could interact with more, to have a little more of a communication. And being closer to a family should help her a lot. I think she's got 4 kids. I think she said she had 4 kids, and then all the grandkids and all the great grandkids and all that kind of stuff and that. So she'll be, I think, way better off going back up there. She was really fearful of the spending the winters in New York. She's not a big fan of the cold anymore. So her kids promised her they'd bring her back down in the wintertime, for at least 2 weeks every winter. So she out down here. I told her there's a lot of short-term rental places, and I said, heck, who knows, might get a place on water itself. Hang out by the beach or something, kind of get a lot better, area than where she's at now, that she could, enjoy the ocean and stuff and whatnot on that process. So we'll see how that goes for her. I'm hoping it goes well. I'm not sure how big of a hurry she's in to get up there. I think she's gonna probably be, I'm guessing probably 3 months minimum. By the time she gets all her stuff sold off and gets her house closed and all that kind of thing. And they got to find her a place up there as well. So definitely not the best news, because I enjoy talking to her. I don't see her that often, but I enjoy talking to her and stuff. She's just a funny old woman that just has a good spirit to most things in life, and a few things kind of, she holds a few things a little too long for a little bit of anger and stuff here and there. But that's I think we all do, and truthfully, when you look at life that way. So you kind of, when somebody does you wrong, you kind of hold on to it longer than you should. But it's hard to let go when somebody wrongs you, but it also does you no good to hold that stuff in. It just keeps weighing on you and doesn't do you any good in the long run. So talking about having a yard sale. She had a yard sale a while back, a couple of years ago, I think it was, and stuff. And I told her, I said, well, when you want to do it, she's talked about having it multiple times and hasn't had one yet. So I told her if she wants to have one, let me know. I've got a few extra tables I could run over there and set up for her and help her carry stuff out and set things up. And I told her the best thing to do is probably just set it up in the garage. With the rains we have in the springs down here, it rains quite often, so I told her I just set it all up in the garage, and just that way you can just leave the car parked outside for a few days or a week or two, whatever it is, no big deal. And then she has a carport down the side where she kept lawnmower and stuff that she could put the car into if she needed to. I told her I'd help her move the car over there. So it's kind of a tight, narrow spot to get it into. The car over there, so it's kind of out of the weather, but it's not exposed to, it's not fully enclosed, but it's covered up at least. So that way she could have everything set out. And I told her I also have a price gun she could borrow to price all of her stuff, so she kind of can get things labeled what it is. So we'll see. Hopefully that goes well. Hopefully she enjoys herself up there and is able to, I don't know, fit in, I guess, up there and get a lot closer to family and have more interaction time with them. And it is what it is. So they come down here a little bit here and there, but not as often as they could. So I talked about the fact that my mom's hoping to move down here before long, waiting for my wife and I to get our COVID shots, I think, our vaccines. And my mom should be getting her next vaccine shot this week, I think it is, this week. I think she gets hers. And so she'll have that shot, which is nice. She'll have 2 more weeks after that before she's fully immune, or that's as close to immunity as you can get after the shot, at least minimize the risk before I go up and get her. So I understand where she wants to be around her family. That's the reason I'm moving my mom down here, so she'll be closer to us, and she'll have us to interact with, and we can take her places and take her places like St. Augustine. We take her to SeaWorld and take her all over the places and stuff and whatnot. And unfortunately, she doesn't like water, so she's not going to be kayaking with me or going on the boat and that kind of thing. But she can definitely go to. She likes to go on the beach and sits back there. She don't go swimming or nothing, but she hangs out at the beach with us, cool lawn chairs, and watch the waves and listen to the sound of the water and all that fun stuff. And it would be nice. It'd be kind of nice to have a mom here too. Also, like we want to take off for a night, maybe just run to Tampa and go to a hotel room. I don't have to find a dog sitter and that kind of thing. I can just leave my dog here with her, and she let him in and out of the house, and make life a whole lot easier there too for us. So I still need to get the room that she's going to be in fully equipped and ready for her to set up. It works when she was here before. She's down here for like a 3 weeks or a month or whatever before, and it worked fine. But it'd be nice to have her room a little bit more, I guess, fully equipped out for her bedroom. So I want to paint the walls and probably put a new flooring down in before she moves in permanently. So it'd be a lot easier to do it when she's not here than it is when she is here. So we'll see what happens. I'd like to buy the lady's house that's moving, but the prices down here went pretty sky high on houses, and somebody told her house worth like 400 grand now, and I don't see that. I think her house worth about 330. That's what her house is worth. Maybe 340 at that, but there's no way it's worth 400 grand. So we'll definitely have to see. I don't know. I'm going to go look at it again and kind of give it an eyeball of it and kind of see where they're at and explain to it, hey, if you and your family do decide to want to sell it to us, we can skip the real estate agent stuff, and I think it'll cost us like $1,000 for closing cost or for the paperwork. I haven't done. I have a real estate agent who will do that for me for $1,000, do all the paperwork, and I think it'll save her 6%, of the commission for a sales commission. So definitely, you stop and think about it. Let's say it's 350,000 times 6%. It's a lot of money, So definitely that offsets a lot. If she marks it, say at 400, and it takes for however long to sell it, and if she sells it to us, if we were to decide to buy it, we sells it to us, guess what? She can stay there as long as she wants to. I don't care. She can stay there another 3 months, stay there 6 months. I don't care, because we're not in a big hurry to get moved. So that would be a selling point as well in the process. So I'm going to probably go over and look at it, and if I think it'd work for us, I might try and make an offer. I don't really need 2,800 square feet either, and I also don't know if I want to pay the taxes on that property. Taxes are going to be pretty high, but it's a really nice house. Got a pool and stuff. The yard's a little bit small, but like I said, it's got the carport and stuff, which would be nice to have a little extra storage for boats and campers and whatnot, and that would be kind of handy. And the one bad thing is it's right there by the walking trail, the sidewalk that cuts through here, and that's I kind of don't like people that close to my yard. But the way the yard lays out and the fence stuff, you can really be in your backyard and not really even know people's on that side of the trail. So it wouldn't be too bad. It just, I don't know. It's not the dream house. I like the idea of it and stuff, but it's it's an older real house, like 30 years old, whatever. They built it new, and it's a lot of small rooms cut up, so it's not that big open floor plan and stuff that you usually like. But also kind of like the idea of having a not so much open floor plan, especially my mom's moving in with us, because it kind of feels like we're in a separate parts of the house. So my mom would kind of have a little more of her own space. We'd have our own space, kind of thing. We kind of separate each other, and not how like we're setting, like if it's one giant room, living room, dining room, kitchen, all stuff's like all completely open, you really can't get away from people and not feel like you're looking at them all the time. So it would be kind of a nice little thing to have. Plus my wife would get her pool that she wants. She really kind of wants a pool, and that'd be kind of nice to have a pool as well. So, and it's screened in enclosure on the pool, so we can be out there, and my mom can be outside, not have to worry about bugs and stuff. I can be out there with a nice cigar and not have to worry about bugs either. So I might go take a look at it and give it a little bit more of a solid look in the process. So just don't want to spend. I definitely am not paying 400 grand for the house. There's no way. But 330, I might be interested. So we'll have to see if what the actual price is. If she gets an offer around that 400 range, then definitely sell it to them. But if she's looking at getting like a 350 offer minus the commissions, 330 to me seems like a pretty good deal. Plus, like I said, she can stay there as long as she wants. I can close whenever she wants to. It takes me like 10 days to close, so I can have the house, done up. And then, like I said, even if we close on it early, and then she waits to move out, I'm not in a big hurry. Just let her pay, basically a rent, until she moves out of the place completely. So we'll have to look and see what happens. I know she had a reverse mortgage on it, so I'm not sure how much money she has equity in the house, and how the whole reverse mortgage thing works and whatnot. But we'll figure it out when the time comes. So it is what it is.
What did you originally decided to propose to sell it? There is a number of internet sites
My wife liked the house more than I did, I think.
sell your share.
So that's also another plus. It's a very, very nice house. It needs little updatings. Like I said, it's a 30-year-old house, but it's been maintained spectacularly well. It's so well maintained that I'm gonna check it out and see how it goes and go from there. So, but I just said about she need to power wash the carport and some other things and stuff. And I've got a nice power washer, so I might talk to her and see if she wants me to have me do it instead of paying the guy. If the guy's going to charge like $350, it's just a ridiculous amount of money. So I might take my power washer there and do the power washing for her and kind of get it ready for yard sales and whatnot. And who knows, I'll trade out for some stuff. She's got some old metal detectors or some junk that her husband had that I might want, and trade for the power washing. So we can figure that out and go from there. I've been up there, I've cleaned out her gutters and stuff for her in the past, and did some other little things here and there for her that never taken any money from her in the past. I built a like a spreader that her husband was having trouble figuring out, and basically I put it together for him and stuff. Did some other little odds and ends things for him there, and he tried to pay me. I said, no, it's just something you do for neighbors. It's no big deal. It's not at all. And he gave me a old silver dollar and Lou. I think it was a Morgan. I think it was a Morgan. I got it in the drawer there, and at the time it was worth probably about $25 or so. So I was, I figure I spent 4 or 5 hours doing some work for him, and I got a silver coin out of it. So, and it was one of those things where he was, perfectly fine giving it away, and he knew I wasn't gonna just go sell it to the pawn shop, whatever. So felt kind of nice there, but we'll see what happens the whole thing. So who knows? Damn cigar's trying to go out. So what happens when I start talking? I don't puff on my cigar enough. Looks like I saved it. Don't have to relight. I got like a damn itch on top of my head that didn't exist until I started filming this, and now my head itches. So it's kind of an interesting little concept of how that works. But anyway, guys, been on here for like 22 minutes now, so I'm gonna go ahead and get off here real quick. I'm gonna put something on to watch. I'm gonna probably play a little fetch with the dog, and then take him for his long ass walk. I've got to go feed some cats, so I'll probably walk him with me. It's a couple of miles over there, so I'll probably walk over, leave him in the screened in front porch, feed the cats real quick, and then head back. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys soon. Have yourself a safe and wonderful day. Thanks for watching.